Hello everyone, so today is Wednesday the 2nd of March and I wanted to hop on here and do a quick video about the new moon that's happening this afternoon in the sign of Pisces. Now for myself, I always pay attention to the lunar cycle, especially the new and the full moons, because in astrology the moon is all about our emotional well-being. It's about how we navigate the twists and turns of life, and I know that the more I can look after my own natal moon, the easier life is, because the moon represents our hidden world. It's not what we show, it's our instinctive reactions to life that in many ways we don't always reveal to the outside world. But the more that we can pay attention to how we're feeling, the more that we can nourish and nurture our own well-being, the easier life can be to flow in many ways. And if we think about our ancestors, they would have lived much more in flow with what was going on in the sky at night, especially when they lived in a world before electricity. So when we have a new moon, we look up at the night and it's a dark sky. We won't see any lunar light. So this is a time where they would have been more reflective, staying in more, dreaming more, sleeping more. New moons are a very powerful time for stillness, for coming within. What is it that I want to create more of in my life? What is it that I want to let go of? Because a new chapter, a new energetic opening is available to all of us in our lives. And the more that we can understand that, the more that we can set intentions, the more that we can pay attention to what's coming up for us in our lives, the easier it's going to be to, in many ways, navigate the twists and turns that life offers us. And Pisces is the most sensitive, compassionate, caring of all the signs. It's a water sign. We have 3 water signs. We have Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, and their language is feelings. They're much more emotionally sensitive to the nuances of life. So what you may be noticing right now is that you feel super sensitive. There's an awareness of the pain of what's going on in the world, because in many ways Pisces is represented by 2 fish swimming in separate directions, one towards enlightenment, merging with the world, one love. Can we just not all be at peace? And there's another fish which is like swimming towards escapism, self-sabotage. And I think that's very much showing us that for our fish, the earth habitat, because fish belong in the water, can be incredibly challenging. And I can imagine for so many of us, there is an acute awareness of the pain that's going on outside in the world, the brutality, the harshness, and a yearning and a longing for a different way of living. This is a very powerful moon to set a new intention, especially by listening to your emotions, especially by thinking, what is coming up for me? What is it that I want to bring forward in my life? And if we think about Pisces, they can also struggle with boundaries, so we can feel what's going on out there in the collective much more strongly. And there's also a desire at times to escape. So ironically, Pisces is the most sensitive to external poisons and stimulants, so this isn't the ideal time at a new moon when it's a great time for cleansing to have alcohol or to have poisons or drugs in a way, because our body will absorb them much more quickly. They'll kind of scoop up what's out there in the atmosphere. And even though there can be a desire, when the pain is acute, to escape, to not look, to shut out in some way, if you are able just to create stillness in your life, to actually come home to yourself, to realize, what is it that I need to look after myself? How do I hold the light in my life and ultimately hold the light in the world? Because the energy is incredibly strong when it comes to new moons, especially when it's a Pisces new moon. What we're rippling out there into the world makes a difference. And if we can do it from a space of highest possibility for starting a chapter which has a different role of light and love and hope, that will be felt as a collective in some way. So have a think, if you can today, to take some time. What is it that you want this new chapter to look like in your life? What is it that you want to swim towards? What is it do you want to let go? It's an incredibly potent time, and that we can make the most of it by creating stillness, silence, quietness, to really listen to our voice within.